Hi. Two incredible keynotes are behind us, and now it's time for the first case study of the day, where I have the honor to introduce an incredible woman, Isidora Stošić, who is a lead HR, who leads HR, finance, and travel team at Tilke Engineering. She has over 18 years of experience in human resources in international companies, including 2 years of experience working abroad. In 2017, she gained an MBA degree and is accredited by Chartered Management Institute in the UK as level 7 in strategic management and leadership. An individual and flexible approach is an exciting journey Isidora and her team have undergone to ensure employee satisfaction and outcome. So, how did they set off on this journey? And what were some of the challenges they have encountered so as to become one of the leaders in innovation in HR? Well, let's have Isidora tell us. Isidora,
Thank you,
welcome
Milica.
today.
Thank you, Milica. This was such a great introduction. I'm amazed. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you for supporting our initiative and for being part of HR Week.
It's my pleasure. So let us start and share experiences that Milica so nicely announced at the very beginning. In this presentation, during next 20-ish minutes, we will show you what we have done in Zulke Engineering in order to enable flexible options to our employees. Although our presentation is called Flexible Employment Options, you will see that our primary focus during the presentation will be on the compensation packages. Our project started in 2018. In 2019, we have developed some models, try out, learned from experiences, failed somewhere as well. And in 2020, we were ready for full-fledged implementation. And now at the end of this year, we are ready to share experiences with you. And that is the main reason why we are here. My colleague Milena Trakulja, and I will be present both in the networking sessions New Normal Flexible Workplace today. So if you wish to speak with us on this topic further, we would very much welcome all of your questions. And also, if you have done something similar in your organizations, we would very much like to learn from your experiences as well. So, a few words about our organization, just to set the stage for this case and to understand the environment in which we operate. Zulk Engineering is an international company started in 1968, started first as a hardware development company and later on focused on software development as it is primary focus of the organization today as well. The case that we will show you today applies only to Zulke, Serbia. This idea was born in Belgrade. It was developed in Belgrade, implemented, and basically we share this idea with other companies in Zulke organization. So Zulke Germany also took this idea and implemented in their organization in Germany. So what is this all about? Idea was born in 2018. You know that the market for software engineers is very dynamic. And in 2018, we experienced two very intense pressures. One pressure came from the external market. Competition for talents in the IT industry was at the peak. People could open their own agencies, they could work as freelancers, they could choose to switch companies whenever they liked. And we noticed that our approach to have the same compensation package, the same offer to all employees simply didn't work. We were not competitive enough. On the other side, employees that were inside the organization also wanted that the company is more flexible and that the company can adapt to their needs and better respond to these needs. So, faced with those two pressures, We launched the project beginning of 2019. Project went through three different phases. In the preparation phase, we did analysis, first of all, of our internal situation. What do our employees really need? We had a series of feedback sessions with them, workshops to dig deep into what kind of needs are not met currently in the organization. Parallel with that, we also did analysis of the usage of benefits to see whether people are really using what we have available for them. At the same time, we did analysis of the external market. We benchmarked our salary bands and our benefit structure to see whether we are missing something out and whether maybe that something else is on the market which we have not noticed before. So that was the preparation phase. In the planning and implementation, we have designed concepts, um, defined legal framework, tax framework as well, developed change management and communication plan. Right now, we are in the follow-up phase where we have collected feedback from people and also we have some very valuable lessons that we have learned during this year. So going back to the beginning, preparation phase showed that some people in our organization wanted more flexible hours. They wanted to reduce their working hours to 60%, 80%. They wanted more days off to spend with families. Some wanted to complete their master studies. On the other side, there were employees who wanted to increase their earnings. Who they didn't care about benefits. They didn't care much about um, uh, mm, vacations, but they simply wanted to have better salaries. Third group of people wanted to develop their own business. If you remember, in 2018 and 2019, many people in IT industry had their own agency business. They were kind of small business owners and they were selling their services to different companies. So some people also wanted to try themselves in the entrepreneurial area. Our analysis of the training budget and other benefits show that people use these benefits quite differently. Some value these benefits and use them a lot, while there's a group of people who really didn't appreciate them at all, almost. Our external analysis showed that we are pretty good on the market. The only level that was a little bit below the market were salaries for the junior level, and this is something that we have corrected on a different on a different note. However, benefits were in line with the market. There were no some other benefits which we were missing out. So all in all, our situation compared to the market was pretty good. It was very clear that we definitely need to do something and to tailor these benefits and compensation to meet employees' needs. So how did it look like? Our initial solution included three options. First option, or the first compensation package, was called Recharge. This option was available to people who wanted to work either regular hours or even to reduce their working hours and spend more time with families and more time learning and developing themselves. What they could get more from the organization, they could get more vacation days and more development budget in order to meet these needs. Second group of people simply wanted more earnings. They were ready to work longer hours. They were very at the beginning of their career. They were ready to spend more time at work. They didn't care much about the benefits, but they simply wanted to take more money home. And this package ready was prepared to answer exactly these needs. Third option that was developed in 2019 was called Revolution. This option allowed people, our full-time employees, to try themselves in entrepreneurial water. They were allowed to cut employment with an organization, to establish their own business outside of Zulke, and to be engaged with us as external partners. There was an hourly rate, and they had their own business in a sense. If they didn't like entrepreneurial experiment, they were allowed to go back to the organization during the period of 6 months and regain their employment uh, again. This package was available in 2019. However, at the very end of 2019, a new tax law was issued by the government, and independency test was introduced. This is something that impacted our package a lot. And at the beginning of 2020, we realized that we have to stop with this practice since it is not beneficial neither for us nor for people in this position. Majority of people who tried themselves in the entrepreneurial waters came back as employees, regular employees, while some of them actually upgraded their business and they moved to DOO type of organization with whom we continued cooperation onwards. So right now we have two packages that we offer to employees. One is Recharge and Ready, and there is a series of companies completely independent from Zulke, which create our competence network. Looking at those two packages, implementation of them required several things. First of all, we have to communicate a lot with Zulke Group. We are a part of this organization and we had to explain why we are introducing these changes which are not present anywhere in the group. What is the benefit for people? What is the benefit for the organization? Multiple conversations had to be done in order for this um, innovation to be implemented. Our employees were very important stakeholders, and I will talk a little bit more about how that communication looked like in a second. In-house changes, of course, when you create different compensation packages and different offers to people, clearly we need to adjust legal documents, we need to adjust employment contracts, internal systems which enable salary calculations, utilization planning also had to go through major changes. After we have done all of that, we were ready to go live and to communicate our changes externally. That happened in early 2020, and I will show you how that looked like as well. So when it comes to internal communication, critical success factor of introduction of packages was communication towards our employees. We started with all staff meetings at the mid 2019, telling people and informing them that we are working on this project and what is the likely outcome going to be. Internal web page was created to describe packages, and afterwards we were ready to hold sessions for employees explaining in details each and every element of the package, how it's being calculated, how it's being used, how the transition from the current situation will look like, and so on. All the answers that HR provided through these sessions were built into Q&A page on the internal web page. Unit meetings followed, and posters and booklets were prepared for people so that they can also take a look in each and every element deeper. And all of this communication had one single purpose, that is to provide employees with all necessary information and to prepare them for one-on-one meetings with their line manager where they can actually decide what kind of package would they like to have in 2020. So this happened at the end of the previous year, and now we are going to enter into very soon into the same round. So people will be asked again whether they want to keep the package they have or they want to switch to another one. In 2020, we went public with the video, and I will show you how it looked like.
Having a stressful day? Easy. Take a breath. We got you. Here at Silke, our focus is on you. We think that if your life changes, your career shouldn't suffer. What if we told you you can have full control over your career? Adjust your working hours according to your lifestyle. Our new Zolke career options were created with you in mind. So take a deep breath and recharge. Because recharge is our flexible option. Need to study, got private obligations, or you simply want to work less? Now you can reduce your working hours without losing any benefits. Are you ready for more? Ready to work like crazy, hustle like crazy, and earn, well, crazy? This one is for aspirers among you. We don't want you to switch companies, just switch your career option. And remember, breathe. We got you.
So now we are in the final stage of implementation, and we have learned some really valuable lessons that we would like to share as well. First of all, this year showed that opportunity to choose was highly appreciated by employees. People could really choose the package which best suits their lifestyle or life phase at certain point of time. They could also choose to change their package after a year if something happens in their life and they need, for example, more time to spend with families. Interestingly, both packages were quite attractive to people, and both packages are right now used in the organization. So some people really uh, uh, prefer to earn more, to work longer hours, while other people are really happy with an opportunity to reduce their working hours and yet not lose out on benefits or even to get some more benefits than the other group. When it comes to candidates, candidate feedback was very positive. In the entire 2020, we have used these packages as a part of our offer. So this is something that people who applied to our advertisements really enjoyed. Current situation, COVID-19 situation had no impact on packages. We did have some internal measures which are our response to the situation. However, the packages were kept as they are, and they didn't suffer any kind of changes or any kind of downgrades as a result of the current situation. So this is on the positive side. When it comes to improvements, what we can say is that administration is really complex because we definitely need to have two different systems. We need to track working hours correctly, calculate, compensate, and not to make a mistake on this path. The second issue that we discovered is un- that packages and these options are not really clear to people who are candidates and who actually um, learn about these packages for the first time. So they need more time to digest the information, to understand the each and every element, advantages of one compared to the advantages of another package. So this kind of communication is something that needs improvement, and most likely we will create booklet for next year to make it easy for candidates to understand the logic and the structure and also to bring decision on which package they would like when they receive offer from us. So this is it when it comes to our presentation. I would like to thank you for your attention.